is Rodriguez, and I want to talk about sexual abuse in the family. Did you know that until the early 1970s, child abuse was thought to be rare and centered among the poor? Experts now agree that child sexual abuse has always occurred and still exists in all socioeconomic groups. Increased public awareness has led to greater reporting. From 1970 to 1990, child sexual abuse report increased more than other categories of neglected or abuse. So this is really serious. Children and adolescents who have been sexually victimized are at increased risk of HIV infection and other sexually transmitted disease, including pregnancy too. And it's very important that people who work with youth must be aware of the possible connection with all this disease, and started prevention must be a component of any program promotion adolescent reproductive and sexual health. What is worse is that the majority of this abuse takes place among the family members. There is something we can do. The situation of sexual abuse in the family is increasing, and we need to put a stop to it and at least educate and prevent in many cases. We need to take action and break the silence. Most children are abused by someone they know and trust. Although boys are more likely than girls to be abused outside of the family. A study in these states found that 96% of reported rape survivors under age 12 knew the attacker. 4% of the offenders were strangers, only 4%. 20% were fathers. 60% were relatives, and 50% were acquaintances of or friends. People that, but the majority is people that they know. Among women, that's from the children. Among women, ages 18 or older, 12% were raped by a family member, 33% by a stranger, and 55% by an acquaintance or a person that they know. Children are most vulnerable between ages 8 and 12. Those are the ages that the predators more target. The average age for first abuse is 9.9 years for boys and 9.6 years for girls. Victimization occurs before age 8 in over 20% of the cases. Another study found 20% of female child sexual abuse survivors were first abused at age 5 or younger. Less than 10% of said abuse is reported to the police. Definition of both abuse and the age of maturity affect frequency rates. Protective services only record reported cases and typically focus on intrafamiliar abuse, thus excluding non-caretakers, because that's another place that many sexual abuse take place among the children with caretakers. Even in self-reported surveys, abuse may be underreported because many people are afraid or ashamed to reveal victimization, have repressed memories of abuse, refuse to participate in studies, or deny that what happened was real abuse. Some people believe that it was just a dream. Now you have a better picture of this situation. Let's talk about possible solutions and help. We need to educate the families, schools, communities, and churches. Educate the family. That includes let them know that it is not a subject that you keep in your family. Sexual abuse is a crime that they have to report. And 3, who they can go for help. The people that give the information, who they can go for help, and teach both male and female where is the fine line to respect, and to respect that fine line. There's a fine line between intimacy between the family and anybody. And what is that fine line? We need to let them know, even when they're growing up, where is that fine line, and when you can be beyond that fine line, and it's wrong. It's already a crime. According to Dr. Brennan, long-term effect of childhood sexual abuse may include poor body image because the body was the instrument used during the sexual abuse, feeling of shame, guilt, isolation, depression, and low self-esteem, sexual confusion or promiscuity as a result of not dealing with the emotion and feelings surrounding the abuse, confusing rape or sexual abuse fantasies, eating disorders, drug abuse, poor decisions, difficulty with intimacy, self-destructive or even suicidal behavior. Those are the most infrequent effect that you can see on a victim. Help for everyone involved. Help the victims and the family in how to process and treatment, and develop special help to the predators and their families. We need to know what is wrong with these people that are doing this. We need to address the situation, and we need to know what is going on, because there's a possibility that that person was a victim too. It is our responsibility to work with this situation to prevent, and if we can, stop to have more victims. If we educate the families, schools, communities, and churches, we will be able to look for signs of abuse, prevent future abuses, and even a shame of abuse. Have healthier families, and as a result of that, healthier society and churches. We have to take action. Create sections of awareness. Ask professionals in the area like counselors, lawyers, detectives to help develop a strategy to educate the school. Address the different institutions that can reach families, communities, churches, and schools to give these sections of awareness and education. And finally, a thought from Albert Einstein that says, let's not pretend that things will change if we keep doing the same things. A crisis can be a real blessing to any person, to any nation. For all crises bring progress. Creativity is born from anguish, just like the day is born from the dark night. It is in crisis that inventive is born, as well as discoveries and big strategies. Who overcomes crisis overcomes himself without getting overcome. Who blames his failure to a crisis neglects his own talent and is more respectful to problems than to solutions. Incompetence is the true crisis. The greatest convenience of people and nations is the laziness with which they attempt to find a solution to their problems. There's no challenge without a crisis. Without challenges, life becomes a routine, a slow agony. There's no merit without crisis. It is in the crisis where we can show the very best in us. Without a crisis, any win becomes a tender touch. To speak about a crisis is to promote it. Not to speak about it is to exalt conformism. Let us work hard instead. Let us stop once and for all the menacing crisis that represent the strategy of not being willing to overcome.